Hello everyone, this is Randy here again, another episode of Farming Simulator 15, and we are playing on the Coldborough Park Farms map on the RDAllen multiplayer farming server. And I am joined at the moment by Carl, who has been on for a whopping 7.5 hours. It must be a marathon gaming session going on there. He is harvesting on, what number is this? Number 8 here at the moment, I believe this field is. He's around there somewhere. See if we can find a tipper here and bring that to him. Tab around. Got some mowing going on here. Okay, where are we at here? We're up there. Okay. Figure out where some equipment is here a moment. We're going to want some tool trailers. Oh, we bought the OBE livestock trailer, by the way. Yeah, I think the OEB modding was trying to mess with us when they came up with that one. This is OEB's modding's OBE livestock trailer. I think I said that right. OEB OBE. Ah, something like that. Whatever. Boy. Anyway. Where is that trailer? Oh, there it is. It is up by the farm there. Okay. Let me bring this New Holland up there then. And I believe since I recorded this last, I have updated the server to the latest map edition. I think I mentioned that the last time I played on the map here. But that it has happened now, so it is on the latest version, or at least it was on the latest version. Oh, not that one. Got one more yet. Version 1.2, at least at the time of this recording anyway. As far as I know, it's the latest one. Never know, it could have changed again, but... And as far as what actually changed, I'm not sure. I haven't taken the time, like I said, to actually look at the forum post, see if they got a list in there of what changed, so... Looks like Carl found the trailer already. Okay. In that case, I'll just go back and hook up to the cultivator here. Looks like we got field 7 that needs to be replanted. Okay, that could be a problem. Yeah, get rid of the weight on the back here first. Actually, you know what? Maybe probably put the weight on the front. That'd probably be a good idea. Should probably interfere with the front loader. This guy does have... Oh, yes, it does have a 3-point hitch in the front. I believe the smaller New Holland doesn't, by the way. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, just look at those loader brackets. I don't see nothing wrong, you folks. No. Now, if you're a single player, I'm not sure it would actually let you do that. I think it would actually be a problem, but probably because of server and lag and stuff. Leave it like that. That should be fine, hopefully. And I believe I mentioned this last time as well. I was mentioning a Fendt 900 pack. It's off of LS 2015 there. Fendt 900 series. I think there's 6 tractors if I remember correctly. I do have it on the server, however I'm not activated it yet, so it's not required. We really don't have the money to buy any tractors at this point. But probably in a few days or so, I'll probably activate that mod. So for those of you that do play on the server, just keep that in mind. The link should be all in the description for the tractor, maps, mods, everything. So it does list it as required down in the description there, but it actually is not yet. But it probably will be here in a few days. You know, especially once we get some money, we can actually afford to buy some tractors. And off the top of my head, I don't recall what model numbers on the 900 series tractors were. Again, I'd like to say that I think there was a 927, 930, a 933, a 936, and 939. There may have been one or two more as well that I don't remember, but thought it was kind of a cool pack. You know, it's like basically one mod, but it comes with a multiple tractors in this one mod, so get a little variety that way. A little bit of a horsepower range you can choose from there. I think the smallest one was like 200 horsepower in that area somewhere, and all the way up to, I think the biggest one was 390 or 360, something like that. And yes, you folks will probably point out that I got a planter that will cultivate. I don't, well, that'll do no-till. I don't need to cultivate, but that's true. I do know that, but it is fun to cultivate sometimes, so that is the reason I am cultivating. I don't think it needs to be mentioned, but I'll say it anyway. You know, the whole reason you play the game is to have fun, so if you're having fun, that's the important part. You know, if you're not having fun playing the game, then, you know, I kind of wonder why you're playing the game for then. Now, I do enjoy playing the game, but playing it for 7 hours like Carl has, wow, that is a long time to play the game. I don't think you'd play the game that long if you didn't enjoy it. At least to some extent, anyway. There's a bale there. Ooh, I actually got bale forks on the front. I can pick that up if I want to. Ooh, we might have some trouble making it up the hill here. Yeah, so far the server's been fairly busy with people. Usually a little bit later at night. I've been trying to get on a little bit later at night as well. Seems like that's when the most of the people are on, so. And by later at night for me, I mean usually about like 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 7 o'clock p.m. I usually tend to record these videos a little bit earlier in the day. You know, just because I got to get them, you know, recorded and rendered, and if something goes wrong, I need to either re-record or re-render or who knows what. If I do it that late at night, that's not going to give me a whole lot of time to get a video rendered up. So yeah, I do record them a little bit earlier. Usually, you know, 3, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I really should have hooked my steering wheel up. That'd been a lot of fun right about now. I think I mentioned this before. I don't normally play with my steering wheel. I do have one, obviously, but I don't play with it that often. Just kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt to have it set up all the time. So I am currently playing with a keyboard. That's why I play it probably 95% of the time with a keyboard. The only time I probably actually will get the steering wheel is if I happen to know I'm going to be playing for a while, like a couple hours, then I'll, you know, whip out the steering wheel. Other than that, don't normally get the steering wheel out. Like Spike. Another lag spike. Okay. It's always bad to have lag spikes when you're cultivating. I know on the Belgic Q Profon map, I'm probably not saying that name right. I was, what was I doing? I was cultivating. I'm trying to remember. I was the, I had the Ford, I think it was the Ford 10-meter disc. And I was pulling it with one of the bigger tractors. Actually had a massive lag spike. And by massive, I mean it actually disconnected me and everything. One of those type of lag spikes. Anyway, I got back in the game. Yeah, the tractor made it halfway across a planted field that was ready to be harvested. Like, oops. And, you know, Ford disc. For those of you who remember that one in Farming Sim 2013 there, that was a, you know, fairly good-sized cultivator. I think it was 10 meters. So, yeah, much wider than this is here. Had one of those lag spikes. Got disconnected. Got back in the game. Yep, found my tractor in the next field over. And it would be, too. It just so happened it was close to the edge of the field, like, you know, probably right about in this area somewhere, that I had the lag spike. And, you know, say there was a field in front of us here. Yeah, I found it out about 2/3 of the way across that field. Looks like someone did a little bit of fertilizing on this field here. And for those of you who haven't seen it yet, the JCB DLC is out. Looks like a lot of people are really liking that DLC. I know I was watching David Oldfield there last night. He did a little review on it. Sounds like he's pretty happy with the DLC. And for those who wondered, it is $9.99 if I remember correctly, at least in US dollars anyway. So yeah, not a free DLC, obviously. You do have to pay for it. It does seem a little expensive to me for what you get. I mean, you basically get 5 vehicles, 2 tractors, front loader, telehandler, and a skid steer. That's basically all you get. Just those 3, and then you get, you know, a couple of tools to go with it. A couple front loader attachments and whatnot, but that's about it. So it does seem a little expensive to me for what you get, but it is a cool DLC, that is for sure. A couple nice tractors, kind of a cool little skid steer. Yeah, like I said yesterday there, my Idaho map series, kind of a funny looking little skid steer. I've never seen one quite like that, where it's got just the single arm mounted to the side of it there. Let me go pick up this bale here a moment. Oh, you know what? That's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Nope. Want to go that way? Let's do this. Let's drop, if I can get the weight, drop that there. Nice that Farming Sim seems to have thought of that a little more with the multiple implements attached there. And that was a complete fail. So you have the front loader bit, you have the you know, bale spike attached to the front loader bit, you have the front weight attached underneath of it. Or, you know, if you're on the back of the tractor, you got multiple implements, tippers, or whatnot. Seems like it's a lot easier in 15 here to actually figure out which one you actually have attached and which one you want to detach. And I don't know if this is the smart thing or not, but it seems like it is at the moment to me, so I'm going to go around the field the other way so I don't have to go up that big hill. Oh, and someone pointed out the last episode too. I don't know if it's still. I think we were working on harvesting last night, so I think it's all done. But field 9. Apparently, I accidentally switched crop types while I was planting it. So whoever started planting it was starting to plant wheat. And you folks may or may not remember, but I did actually check that before I started planting to make sure I was planting wheat. Well, apparently at some point, 7-8 minutes into the video there, I must have bumped O and switched to barley. So, oops. We had a field there that had wheat and part of it, most of it was barley. It made for some interesting harvesting. Basically, I had to check the crop type when I first started, but then I don't think I ever looked at it after that, so. And we'll read some comments here. Latio was asking, does the DLC cost? Says it looks cool. Yes, like I said, I'll just say 10 bucks, $9.99. And yes, it definitely does look cool. It is a cool looking DLC. I just wish, Giants would have probably added a little more to it, fleshed it out a little more maybe. I don't know if there actually are more JCB tractors that can be added or not. I'm not really familiar with JCB equipment at all, so I'm not sure, but only 2 tractors, front loader. Be kind of cool, maybe two different size front loaders or something. Wheeled skid loader and a tracked skid loader or something, something like that I think would have been cool. Especially, wheeled versus tracked. Fairly simple change on Giant's part to do that, so I think would have really added to the pack if they would have put a little more into it. And a little more valuable, but and like I said, did watch a couple reviews of the JCB pack there yesterday. Like I mentioned already, David Oldfield, and I did watch Ian Robinson had a JCB review as well. So for those of you looking for a kind of a review of the pack, maybe before you buy it, check out one of those two. They both have it. Ross W. commented here and said the grain cart is a reskin of the in-game one. Reaper 9111 did it. Says he talked with him. And he also said the Peterbilt truck does not work well with the in-game truck trailer. The big red one we have, he's talking about the Idaho map there, with the John Deere overloader we have, and that yellow Peterbilt truck. Peterbilt 379. I did notice that, like Ross pointed out there, that the hitch is pin there the height between the trailer and the truck is quite a big difference there, so that could pose some potential issues in the future going forward. I'm not sure. We'll have to see what happens there. If it doesn't work out, I'll have to switch out and try something different. Guest Chastain was saying the New Holland front-end loader on a Ford tractor because the New Holland bought out a Ford. That is a good point. I hadn't thought of that when I put the New Holland front loader on the Ford tractor there. He is referring, for those who don't know, to the Idaho map there, where I've got a Ford 7810 with the the New Holland front loader bracket arms on it. Basically, the main reason I chose them was because they're blue. And we got the blue Ford 7810 tractor and the blue New Holland loader arms. Kaelon was asking, "Hi Randy, I have one question." At a certain point in the video there, and he's talking about 24 minutes into the video there. For those who wonder what that is the point where I hold that grain cart on the back of the trailer there. And he's wondering, is there such thing as physics? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide that. For those of you who have not seen that, that video yet, the Idaho map. First episode there, we pretty much just hauled stuff from the shop down to the farm. I did get a pretty good chuckle out of... I didn't actually quite get the overloader down there, but I got it. Well, you guys will see the video to see how far I got it, but that light pole hadn't gotten in my way. I would have got it all the way there. And yeah, for those of you who watch the video, see my what I was trying to do was hopefully it would go between the ramps there, but apparently Giants has it so it's no collision between there. Okay, and I have one question. Who's the wise guy that put a tree in the middle of a field? Well, actually, I can tell you guys who the wise guy is. Yeah, Bullet Bill 83. Yeah, one thing about it, it does look really cool with a tree in the middle of a field like that. It's probably somewhat realistic, too. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually is that way in real life. It does make it a pain in the butt work around. Do see a little bit of that in my area as well, but it usually tends to be clumps of trees. Don't too often see like one single tree in the middle of a field. Don't usually see that too often, but we'll occasionally see like a clump of trees, see like a dozen of them or something like that. Should probably really dump this bale off somewhere. I have to remember next time up around that way. Yeah, the entrance is over there. Next time up around that way, I'll have to detach the cultivator here and just dump this thing in the sell point. And Joel was saying you named the video wrong on the Idaho map. Yes, I did. So folks may have noticed that that is not episode 1 of the Smoky Mountains map. That is episode 1 of the Idaho series. So I did fix that and change that now, so it should be correct. That's what you get for copying and pasting stuff. And I got a couple comments from Tim. He was having some trouble getting the map to work in his game, the Coldborough Park Farms there. He got the first one on, and he played on it a bit. Then when we updated the server, anybody who wants to play on it now has to have the newest version. He couldn't get the newest version for some reason. I'm not sure what was actually going wrong with him or not, but looks like he finally got it fixed. He says he finally got it on the server, so glad to hear that, Tim. Kind of curious as to what actually went wrong with your map there that you couldn't get it to work. Okay, just looking through the comments here, sorting through them. Ian Robinson said, "Love the little segment you added at the end there. Says looks awfully familiar. That's on the last episode of the Great Smoky Mountains map there. So yes, for those who watched it all the way to the end, there's a little video at the end there that I've added to it. And yeah, a couple of you definitely figured out what was going on there in the comments. I don't believe I let it slip what I was actually doing with that video, but looks like several of you figured out what was going on. So, and you were indeed correct. That was going to be the kind of introduction to the next map there. And for those who watched Ian Robinson's channel there, I think the last map he did was the Idaho map. I think it was the last one in 2013. He did quite a nice series there on the Idaho map. If I recall correctly, one of his favorites, if I remember correctly. So, nice to see it back in Farming Sim 15. Hopefully it hasn't gone down in quality at all. So, from what I can tell, it is a direct convert. So, nothing special has been added or changed to it that I know of. This is the non-soil mod version of it, by the way. That mod is out now, by the way, for those of you who wondered about that. Nash asked, please get an overloader. Yeah, we did. Got a John Deere one. I know you guys have been bugging me about that for a while. Now we finally got one. Ross was asking, by the way, that nice little clip on the end, is that the Idaho map? Yes, it was. And is that showing in their next Let's Play series? Yes, it was again. So, Nash also asked, was that the Idaho map? Yes, it was. Yep. In fact, you probably know that already because I already released, the video of it. So, And yeah, for those of you who like the soil mod in 2013, it is now out for Farming Sim 15. Looks like they've improved it a little bit, added some more fertilizer and spray types and stuff like that. Made it a little more, we'll say complicated, I guess. I don't believe I've seen any maps come out with it on them yet, but I would expect we would at some point here eventually. I don't think it'll take too long for map makers to start integrating that into their maps. And yeah, for those of you who don't know what the soil mod is, it's basically a mod that, oh, how to put this, basically tinkers with the fertilizer, spray types. You gotta have the correct spray type, fertilizer type. You have to have the correct amount, but does actually matter how much you put on, that type of thing. Basically adds a little extra level of, if you want to call it difficulty, but extra level of realism, I guess. We'll put it that way. That probably sounds like the best way to put it, to me anyway. Nope, wait, wrong one. One next to it. I was too busy looking at that nice stack of bales there. Pretty sure those are real bales. I don't think those are actually, yeah, I think someone stacked actually real bales there, I'm thinking. I don't think those are, just a little showpiece there. I think those are real bales, if I remember correctly. Anyway, with that, folks, I think we'll call it an episode there. If you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.